This is WNEP's Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Join us for streamside adventures, days in the field with new and old friends. It's all about making memories and following traditions, and exciting hunting experiences with interesting people. We've captured the beauty and majesty of the great outdoors, and it's all next on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Don Jacobs in the cabin, in the bird section, I guess you want to call this. Just a real quick reminder, next Saturday, the Mentored Youth Turkey Day. Get your kids out there because the birds are gobbling like crazy. We've been out doing a little bit of scouting. We've seen some turkeys where we haven't seen them. They're gobbling. It's good to get them out. Make sure you follow the rules for next week's Mentored Turkey Hunt. Now we're going to stick with birds, but we're going to stick with the American bald eagle. Now when you're talking about a comeback story, especially here in Pennsylvania, you know, just 25 years ago, we were still wondering what's going to happen with them. Now it seems like there's a nest everywhere, every mile along every river and up around every lake and pond. Now when I got to tell you that Floyd Trudgen, landscaper by trade, fell so much in love with bald eagles that now he's a wildlife photographer and he's still obsessed.
For the last 6-7 years, I've been taking pictures of these bald eagles that I've been following for, 5-6 years, and I have the whole life cycle of these eaglets, the next generation of a bald eagle. It just started as a little hobby, just taking a picture, and then one day, go by and there's that eagle again. So I started taking more pictures, and I used my daughter's little camera, Mercedes camera. And what's funny is she would always yell, "Oh, that's my camera, that's my camera." Well, then all of a sudden I had a friend at elk, lent me a nice lens. And my friend Bernadette showed me this big 500mm she shoots. And I said, wow, I need to get one of those. And it was a fluke that my buddy from Allentown said, hey, they have a 500 that he's selling. So I said, I'll take it. Well, not knowing the expense of it, but I took it anyway. And that's what started my passion. And then to watch this pair mate 5-6 years in front of you and watch 15 babies come out of that nest and the way that they feed, that's where my passion is. And, so that's where it all started.
So we're not going to give our spot away. No. Right? You can tell by the truck traffic, we're alongside of a highway. Tell me what you're seeing through your lens and tell me what's happening right there.
Well, right there, you can tell the babies are sound asleep. Well, they're moving around a little bit, but right now they're taking a nap. And it seems like around 9 o'clock, that's when they eat. The other day, we were gonna have a storm. They were calling for a storm 2 weeks ago, a little bit of snow. And the mother brought in a big clump of hay. And it was just wild to watch how she brought that hay in and bingo, put it right over those babies.
Wow.
That was really cool. That was cool. People have to work. People aren't outdoors. So I get to see things that people don't get to see. And that's what I love to do. I love to, that's why I have you here. I just shared some great stuff with you this morning, and I get to watch that every day if I want. Well, now I'm back to work, so, every couple days I go back to the nest, and this is what I get. So it's just something that it's hard for me to explain, but to watch that mother eagle take care of those little babies from when they're this big to this big, the same exact way. And she could make a certain little noise, those babies lay right down, and they'll fight, they'll kick one out of the nest, I watch them fight. It's just a neat experience, Don. It's just a neat experience. This nest you're looking at, Don, I watched 13 babies come out of here, and there's 2 this year, so that's a total of 15 babies I watched out of this nest.
Now you also tell us, and you showed us some pictures, I mean, you're here when they're fixing up the nests, you're here when they're actually mating to have chicks. This is like an obsession to you.
Oh, it is. It's all my buddies up there, I ski at Elk Mountain, all my buddies call me an eagle freaker. They call me the eagle man, They always say you never should name a wild animal, but I call these guys Liberty and Justice.
What better? There's no better names.
Yeah, Liberty and Justice. That's the names I gave them. You know.
And you've been watching the same pair for how long?
Oh, this is 6 years now, 6, 7 years.
Let me ask your definition of, like, what is the perfect photo?
Ooh, what's a perfect photo? Huh. Well, some people say, you know, put it on Photoshop, do that and get a perfect photo. I like, my perfect photo is what I see in my lens is what you get. You know, I don't do any editing. People yell at me because I don't edit. But, you know, this is what I seen in the outdoors. So the perfect picture to me is Liberty and Justice together with their little babies, you know? With the little babies, that's what's really cool. It's just a matter of time, guys.
Yes, it is.
Yep, she's looking at something. Here she goes. She's picking something. There she goes. Oh yeah, look at, here we go. Now we got some action. She's ripping. Oh, there it is. Look at, see her ripping?
Yeah.
Look at that. Now she's gonna hold that right in front of that baby. Now look at that baby. Says, "Oh, mom's got food."
She ate the whole skin of that fish.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is, anyhow.
Look at that little. Oh, look at how she just took it. See that? Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
That is unbelievable.
That is so cool. Look at that. Now we're getting there feeding. That is so neat. But now you'll see the other little one come over now. And it looks like, oh boy, that was a great shot that I just got there. Wow. Now see her go over to the other one now? Now watch how she goes to the other one. Now it looks like she's gonna try to feed the other little baby. I'm trying to look at her, oh yeah. Now there's the banded bird, there's the band. See it?
Oh my goodness.
Now can you see the band on her? If you go to her, she's looking at us all the way on the right side. So, yep, that's the mother. But I can never get the, that's a great shot. I should take that right now because maybe I could get the numbers today off of that.
Did it start with eagles?
It started with eagles, yes.
And now you're taking phenomenal photos of just about anything.
Yeah, you know, I'm into a little bit of everything. You know, the lady that taught me some things, Bernadette Ole, she's the one that gave me some tips and, you know, hints on how to do things. My buddy from Dan's Camera showed me different things, told me to read this book. I read the book. Now I know what it's all about. I know what that ISO is. I know what the aperture is. I know what the f-stop is. So it's just little things like that, okay, well, how can I make that picture better? Well, change that, change that, change that, boom. All right, now I could look at something and say, okay, I want it on this, this, and this.
Right. And like you said, it's not just eagles. You're talking about backyard birds,
yeah,
to turkeys, to
elk.
Basically, you're a wildlife photographer.
Yeah, I love wildlife, and that's what I am. I'm a wildlife photographer. Thank you.
There you go. And I just deemed you a wildlife photographer.
Bingo. There you go. I'm blessed.
You know, sitting next to Floyd, you could feel the energy. You could feel his passion. And what does he want to do? He wants to take whatever he's learned, whatever he could put together in a PowerPoint and teach it to people. And what a better time to do that, because more and more, hopefully, bald eagles will be seen over the years. Later on in the program, we're going to go to the family studio, the art gallery, and we're going to give away one of his pieces of art. So stick around for that. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.